Head coach Kevin Nuss. Thanks for coming out. We're off to a good start so far in preseason. About 5 days in, 6 days in. A number of new players that we're excited about, so it's going to be a good year for us.
Year number 2 for you here at Indian Hills, Coach. What are some of your expectations?
Yeah, to just grow on what we built last year. It was obviously a transitional year, taking over as late as I did, so to instill some of the principles in the program that we have, and now to bring in players that can not only fulfill those principles but to build on them, but also have quality players as well. So like I said, we've brought in 18, 19, 20 new players that are going to add to what we're doing and allow us to be a bit more dynamic in the way that we play. So it's not a rebuilding year, obviously, but it's something that we're continuing to push the program forward, so we're excited about that.
Coach, you got 5 guys back from last year's team. Tell us a little bit about the returners and the impact they've had on the freshmen.
Yeah, anytime you take over a team late and you're not able to bring in your own players, it can be challenging, but we got lucky with the guys that we're able to bring back. Matteo Scarduzio, Andres Valencia, Galder Gaztelu-Iturri, Landon Noe, Kent Otani are all guys that, like I said, live the principles that we have here in this program, and they're now an experienced group that are going to help lead these new freshmen into hopefully what is a very successful year. So to have those guys back is huge.
Tell me a little bit about your philosophy as a head coach. Is there a certain player that fits that philosophy? And just in general, what philosophy do you bring to the table? Yeah, well, for me, it always starts, you have to be a good person. If you can't be a good person off the field, it's going to be really challenging to be successful on the field. So part of that recruiting process is identifying people that, like I said, can live the principles of our program and help us, help push each other and push the program forward. But after that, you need to be able to play. We're a team that likes to keep the ball. We're an attacking style team. So guys that have the ability on the ball, are intelligent, are able to use the teammates around them. So that's a big ask, to find people that are good players but also great people, and we've been lucky enough to be able to do that so far in the first 2 seasons.
Coach, a lot of new faces from a lot of different places around. How do you try to blend all the different play styles together to make it mesh best for your team? Yeah,
it's always a challenge. Different cultures bring different perspectives, and but that's actually something that we put a big focus on. In our first team meeting, we talk about what the different cultures and the different perspectives bring, and we use that to our advantage. There's no right way to play the game. So we take a little bit of everybody's culture, a little bit of everybody's different perspective to try to blend that into the way that we want to play. And ultimately, I think that becomes a huge advantage for us. Language barrier is always a challenge, and different cultures are a challenge, but the reality is the game is universal. So someone from Japan sees the game, can play the game just as someone from Brazil, and I think once you roll the ball out, everybody kind of speaks the same language.
Tell us a little bit about this year's freshman class and what you expect out of them this year. Yeah,
we brought in a big class. We had a lot of work to kind of turn over the roster, so we spent a lot of time on the road recruiting, and like I said, personality and character is a big piece for us. So that's something that we're really excited about, that we have the good people, but reality is we have some really good players. It's going to create a lot of problems for us as a coaching staff trying to decide who the best 11 are on any given day. So the ability to push us to another level on and off the field has been huge, and I think that's going to lead us into a really good spot this year.
Coach, what did you learn from your first season overall when you look back on last year?
Yeah.
Take away from last year?
Anytime that you get out there, you have to learn. I think the biggest piece that going into this year is to continue to be flexible in the sense of the way I see the game, and to take that, like I said, that advantage of diversity and the advantage of different perspectives and continue to grow on it. But also to continue to hold ourselves accountable. I think, like I said from day one, we have everything we need here to be successful, and I hold myself accountable every day. If I'm not successful here, it's square on my shoulders, because Indian Hills provides us everything that we need. So to be able to put that on the players as well and say, we need to be accountable for not only our actions, but the success that we're supposed to bring this program, and to push this program, not only the men's soccer program, but the athletics program as a whole. So we need to keep ourselves accountable and push ourselves forward.
Can you talk a little bit too about your off season as well? I know you got a chance to coach a little bit outside of Indian Hills at Ocean City, right?
Yeah, no, I was lucky enough to get the phone call to return to Ocean City and be able to coach in the USL2, and that's always been a great experience for me. I've been with the club for 10 years, but to go back was a great opportunity, and it turned out to be a great summer. And again, you talk about learning experiences when you have an ability to work with players of that level, from the ACC to Big Ten, where all these players were coming from. It sharpens you up as a coach. There's no space to be lazy. There's no time to kind of sit back on your heels. They keep you sharp, and that's going to help us here. And ultimately, the connections and the number of phone calls that I've gotten over the last couple of months being involved in the USL2 is going to pay big dividends here in this program, and it's going to help these guys be able to move forward and push to the next level of their career. So it's been a great summer, but I'm looking forward to an even better fall.
So you get going on the 19th with the Classic. So how excited are you to get going with this new group of guys?
Yeah, no, there's always a little bit of anxiety when you're in the preseason. You know how good this team can be. We have a lot of work that we need to get done before that date. We have a couple friendlies that we'll be able to kind of sharpen ourselves up. But you're always excited to get that first kick of the ball and get the season rolling, because I have high expectations not only for the team as a whole, but there's some individuals that we expect some big things out of. So we're going to see that on the 19th.
What do you learn typically in the first game or two?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. Everything is perfect when you run it in training. The opponents play the way you want them to play, and but once you actually kick the ball and the whistle goes, challenges come up. Different things come about, and you have to be on your toes and be ready. So you learn more than you could ever expect. And I've been doing this for 12, 14 years now. It never goes as planned, so you have to plan for the things that are, you have to control the things that are you can control, and be ready for the things that you can't.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
I'm Andres Valencia, sophomore, 21 years old.
Andres, going into your final season here at Indian Hills, what are your expectations for yourself?
Of course, my expectation for this year is just getting better with the soccer. New guys that we need to help, and they are gonna help us to improve on and off the field. And of course, win as many games as we can and do our best.
You got a lot of experience from the last 2 years being here. What do you see about this year's freshman class? What do they bring to the table for you?
The energy that they bring, the quality that they bring. Of course, they are really nice guys off the field. We help each other with the language, with showing around the campus. So I think there's going to be a huge difference for us. Now we have this big class of freshman guys that help us push through the goals that we as a team want to set up.
What style of play do you bring to the field, would you say, here another year at Indian Hills?
I mean, this year with the coach, the year that just passed, the coach just taught me a lot of stuff that me as a center back I didn't know. Now I'm trying to improve. Of course, watching pro players that are in our position to improve, to manage the ball, to drive the ball, pass the ball, make the first pass, to be able to push the team attacking forward. Of course, at the defensive shape, trying to hold the position and communicate. That's the most important thing in soccer. Communicate, be able to talk, and give information to your teammates.
Just talk about kind of so many different players from all around the world. How is that the most difficult thing at this part of the year, is trying to get everybody kind of, how difficult is that to kind of mix everybody together when you're talking about so many different guys from so many different parts of the world?
Actually, it's exciting to have a lot of guys from other countries, because you can learn how they play in the countries, the culture of the field, and you just kind of add and pick some stuff from them. And with the coach staff, them help us a lot to improve that, the connection, the relation that we have between each other. And for me, it's not difficult. It's just something that you can take advantage of, because not many teams, not many programs in this country, this region, have a lot of diversity of players. So we can use that as a kind of advantage for them.
All right. Thanks, Andres.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Galder Gaztelu-Iturri from Bilbao, Spain. I'm 18 years old.
Tell me about what you've noticed of the newcomers this year. You got about a week of preseason in. Tell us a bit about your thoughts on the newcomers.
I think I got very good players, better like last spring and last fall, better than them. As a team, I think we are going to be able to achieve our goals. This week, at least this week, has been great.
You didn't get a chance to play on your home field last year. You had to play at the high school. What are you looking forward to about being here on campus this year?
I mean, the first week that I have been practicing in this field, it was weird because I never practiced there. So I think playing like in this natural grass is going to be great because the ball is going to move like better than last year, because last year was a football field, so it's going to be great.
What do you see maybe being some areas of strength for the team this year early on in the season?
I think the strength of this team is like we communicate very good. Like we can play very simple, like better than last year, of course. So it's going to be great because we can play as we want. Like we can play long balls, we can play softball, like we can play however we want.
How has the transition been with everybody as far as, again, kind of the so many different guys from around the world, the international mixture? How's that been for you?
Yeah, like Andres and Coach said before, it has been great because, like for example, people from Japan, they have a different alphabet or different, like they eat different food, so you can't test them. Like you never eat like food like that, and you can taste it. It's good. It's great.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. My name is Ron Becker. I'm 20 years old and I come from Tübingen, Germany.
Tell me what your goals are for yourself. Where do you most want to improve in your time here in Indian Hills?
I made the decision to come to the United States, of course, to improve in an academic way, but as well we have perfect conditions, as Coach said before, to improve in academics and sports. So this will be my aim to reach the next level and to see what I can do.
Ron, you were here in the spring last year.
Yeah.
Tell us about that advantage of being here early on campus to get to know the guys, get to know the system. Talk about that a little bit.
It starts about knowing how everything is going. Like you know some faces already, like on campus, like some students, and it makes it for me a lot easier to come back. And of course, some players in the team are still the same. So yeah, I think I quite have a bit of an advantage to all the freshmen coming in, but as the guys before said, they're all adapting well, and yeah, they're really good integrated in the team right now.
Were there some specific skills you worked on here in the off season to kind of get you going here for the fall season?
Of course, like we all go, like the internationals go back to the home countries, and there you work on your technical abilities. It's really important to be fit when you come back, so that we don't have to put that much work in that kind of thing. So we save some time on tactics and stuff, and these were the most important things I did during the summer back home.
What have you enjoyed most about being a student in Indian Hills?
Like the way we really could handle my passion and the academical thing. I was waking up, tied my shoes at 8 in the morning, and then went to the classes, and again did my passion in the afternoon, and finishing the day with maybe some lectures or something. And I didn't have the possibility back in Germany. So that was for me the most important and best thing what happened here. Yeah.
What has it been like as far as getting to meet some of these new players and getting kind of just getting to experience different cultures, different getting to experience different styles of play out on the field? How would you describe that?
It's exciting every day because yeah, everyone has a different picture on the things you see. Off the field, it's cool because you find things you like the same than the others, and on the field it's also really cool because for us we can learn a lot. Like everyone can learn because, as Galder said before, every nation brings in their own way of playing football, playing soccer. And yeah, that's just amazing to see, and I'm really glad to be a part of it. Yeah.
Is it pretty amazing to see that? You know, you just look like right there in media day, and you see so many different flags waving there throughout the players, and kind of a little bit amazing to kind of look at how many people from around the world have come here to this team.
Exactly, and it makes me proud to be one part of that team, because we are so many nations, and to look in the mirror or to see all the flags, as you said, it's just amazing. And yeah, I'm looking forward for the season, and we will enjoy the season, and it will be a really good season for sure. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, everybody.